I've been asked that a bit lately. Who knows? Anything's a possibility, isn't it? I lean over and ask my wife, and then lean over and ask Netflix, and then.
Miles, this movie is fantastic. It's so
you.
wild, and everybody in it's so great. I'm curious how far you even get into a screenplay like this before you just say, "Yeah, I'm totally in. I'm doing this."
Probably not too far with this one, just because it came from Joe, and Joe and I have, this was before this movie. We had just done 2 movies prior, and I had such a great experience with him. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say he could offer me anything, but he could probably offer me a lot of stuff, and I would say yes. But I just really enjoyed the world. I think Joe coming into this, having done Oblivion and Tron and the worlds that he's able to create visually, but still maintaining it, with really rich characters and performances. I was excited. I'd never done anything in this genre before, so luckily for me, the script was also very good.
I think I was leaning into so many themes and ideas about it. The Milgram experiment was something that I kept thinking about as I was reading it, which was an experiment that I had read about when I was in high school, and it stuck with me. And then, when I met with Joe Kosinski, our director, I had ideas and opinions about ways to really bring Lizzie to life and things that I wanted to do to just flesh her out more. And it became a brainstorming session right the very first time we met. And I was like, I want to work with him. I'm buying into his vision. I mean, he's such a visionary.
The music choices, the presence of an Etch-a-Sketch, all these things that make you think it's the past, but the tech is obviously the future. Did you think about what time frame it was? Did it even matter?
Good question. I mean, I think we had that discussion. It was kind of, I had assumed it was a little further in the future than today, than present day. But it's up to interpretation. And as you say, it's just something unsettling about what era am I in? Where are we? What country is this?
Right.
And I think Joe did such a great job at combining all of those elements to have it feel unexpected and slightly unsettling.
I mean, I think it should feel present day-ish, or as science fiction goes, in the not so distant future at times. I think that's kind of the dystopian reality that we're creating here. But I think it feels kind of parallel to the life that we're living now.
Well, I think it's timeless, that's the thing. Like, Lizzie's costumes intentionally are from another era, very influenced by like the 80s and the 90s period. And even like Lizzie's Walkman is like not from now. It's not like some high tech thing.
Right.
And yet everything else in the facility is high tech. And I think one of the things we spoke about was like, well, Lizzie has to feel like analog to digital.
Okay.
Like she's got to feel like vinyl player when everything else feels like, an MP3.
I liked the kind of hermetically sealed world of the Spiderhead where you don't understand what time it is, just as Jeff and Lizzie have no idea what time of the year it is. It's this, you're going off on this journey to this place that is tightly controlled by Steve. Everything's designed, the soundtrack is curated by him. It's all part of this elaborate plan centered on the theme of control. And so it was a fun world to create.
Let's do this.
This film is amazing. The story is incredible. It's a terrific exercise in how far along you're able to string an audience before they finally start need to receive some answers. So I'm just curious what kind of conversations you guys had as you were assembling the picture in terms of when you can just dole out some of the details.
I think it was important, and if you've read the George Saunders short story, you like this guy, Abnesti. There's a sort of facile quality and a charisma to him that makes you think, oh, you know what, I'd follow this guy, you know, and I think that was important that his villainy comes out at some point when you realize he's taken this too far. I think that was also why Chris was the perfect choice, because you like him, you know, and I think there is a long history of charismatic villains that, you know, under different circumstances you would, you know, very much follow. So I think that to me was, you know, the goal, getting people comfortable with this thing before it becomes uncomfortable and then unpleasant and then terrifying.
Beautiful people get away with too much, and I say that having benefited myself from time to time. You know, it really read to me like a piece of theatre, this film, and it takes place in, you know, one set, basically, one environment. And because I had a lot of dialogue in American accent, I didn't want it to start to sound repetitive. I wanted to have it be, there was a sort of intimacy and a very personal way he spoke to people and individuals, and very welcoming and opening, and that was the goal, to constantly be kind of luring people in and drawing them in.
You like that word, but no, I mean, how attractive is she?
And the script allowed me to do that. And what was great then was the moment they're drawn in, you're kind of hit with, whoa, hang on, this is not what I thought it is, and this individual is not who I thought he was. So yeah, I had a fantastic script and a great cast, and Joe Kosinski to you know, collaborate with on it.
Have you even had a chance to celebrate Top Gun's success?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm being able to celebrate it when we're doing, you know, all of these premieres, really, because that's when because as actors, that's really the only time you get to kind of experience it with the fans. It's not, you know, it's not theater where it's live, and we're not rock stars, so we don't get that kind of live feedback. But I have felt it, even just a little bit. I've been out, if I'm at the grocery store or something like that, the people are very generous with their kind of praises for that film. So it feels nice.
Well, we can't talk too much about Spiderhead because there's a lot of secrets. Joe, have you had a chance to celebrate Top Gun's success, or have you just been nose to the grindstone?
You know what? I am happiest when I'm working on something, so it's great. Obviously, you know, the Top Gun release has been phenomenal, and being able to go around the world and talk about it was great. But now I'm pumped to be able to talk about Spiderhead, and you know, and then right after this, jump into prep on the next thing. You know, that's how I like to do it.
All right, how do we get the Interceptor and Extraction franchises to cross over Expendables?
I've been asked that a bit lately. You know, who knows? Anything's a possibility, isn't it?
Yeah, keep
how
it
do
in
we
the
do it? I
Netflix
sort of lean over and ask my wife, and then lean over and ask Netflix, and then, you know.
Thanks for your time, Chris. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Time to worry about crossing lines was a lot of lines ago.